Hello.
Woo! Oh my god, you guys talking about murder
Still
right
eating.
before the stream happens. It makes my little DM heart happy.
I hope she's happy. Murder?
Oh,
No.
I was like, uh,
The cow.
yes,
Good
I
cow.
suppose. Somewhere, like, in the Prime Material, murder's just going, kicks a hole through your stable. Okay, guys, welcome back to Tuesday Dungeons and Dragons! Woo! Yes, here we are on Black Tower Stories, Adventures of Athoria. Sorry for not being here last week.
We didn't want to be here.
Stuff came up, so we're gonna have to make up for it here. Because we even have Kelmac
So
in
we're
the
streaming
beginning.
for 8 hours, right?
Hey, oh, you know what? One day. But yes, so when last we met off with our group of adventurers, you guys were up at the top of Mount Arbot, spending time trying to figure out what was going on with Izal's weird werebear transformation. After that seems to have gotten settled, you summon Kazirik to send you to the Fey realm of Winter. You guys arrived, but sans Gorbeck. And any attempts to summon Kazirik seem to not work at this particular time. And you guys seem to have been dumped somewhere on the eastern edge of the realm. And then kind of have wandered around in blizzards for a little while, thankful for the presence of the dome, until you guys managed to run into Bjorn, a sort of polar bear, therianthrope, druid figure, who you guys got to spend a little bit of time with. He pointed you in the direction of Frostfell, the central settlement here in the realm of Winter, and even gave you a place to travel to for accommodations. Upon arriving and securing lodgings and food, you prepped for kind of what was going on in the evening, and I believe it is still afternoon at this point, because at least according to my notes, we haven't said for certain that you guys are sleeping.
Oh, we got a place.
You did get a place, but you still had a couple hours of daylight left, and so the question was, did you guys want to do anything or go straight to bed?
Well, I'm sure a couple people in our party would like to go see the Coliseum.
Well, I definitely know that's what Izal wants.
I will also be going.
I want to spend the next 45 minutes of the stream exploring the various drinks they have.
Okay, at the Snowbound Rest?
Nope. Nope. Ignore that.
I would like to go fight something by registering at the Coliseum. Yes.
All right. So, then it appears your party is deciding to head over to the Frostguard Garrison, specifically the Everfrost Arena. As you guys make your way there, which I had a note somewhere.
It's
Oh,
like
well.
a mini windmill.
A fidget spinner?
Your whole life is
You okay? Anyway, so you guys head to the Frostguard Garrison, and to the large kind of, it's a circular building with a dome over top, where you guys can hear the sounds of excitement and the clang of combat, passing through a small neighborhood, which is just rows upon rows of different blacksmiths, armor smiths, the clang of metal, the heat of foundries, all kind of come fill the area, but don't seem to do much of anything to stave off the oppressive winter. And as you guys make your way to the front of the arena, it just kind of opens up into this large kind of catwalk, this dome area with a recessed pit beneath you. And you see people all lined up on this upper level, looking down at what looks to be a group of 2 adventurers in these kind of long, white, kind of fur cloaks that seem to be fighting off a pack of rather large wolves. Kind of snow frost skin, fur, and some of you may be a bit surprised when all of a sudden one of the wolves opens up its mouth and a large torrent of blizzard stretches out and actually begins to freeze things all around the ground.
Is there like a central podium where someone is casting, not spells, but like announcing what's happening or trying to...
Yes, actually,
orchestrate?
directly opposite of you, there appears to be this kind of 20-foot diameter kind of embankment that comes out into the arena. There you can actually see a couple individuals in kind of these kind of slate black stone chairs. One individual here in the front appears to just be kind of pointing out and taking notes, but there doesn't appear to be an actual announcer per se. Not that they could get a word in edgewise, as the upper balcony where you now stand is packed and pressed with onlookers shouting.
Is there any place that looks like a sign-up area?
Nope, not that you can tell.
Alright, I'll go to the record keeper looking people. They're doing
Okay.
paperwork, so...
Yeah, as you kind of make your way all the way around the other side, as you approach that main kind of barbican, the match kind of abruptly comes to an end. As you guys notice, a couple of the winter wolves manage to land decisive frost breaths at these 2 adventurers, largely freezing them in place as the wolves quickly close in and start tearing them limb from limb. As blood stains the sand pit beneath you, screams and raucous laughter kind of roars up from the place. A couple people kind of look at you as you kind of walk by, but it's like, all right, whatever. And, well, especially you, because you're a large kind of cat Therian trope dude. But as you reach this outcropping, there is an individual that you can see who is in the process of kind of making some notes and kind of pointing off and instructing another person in Sylvan, who appears to be updating what looked like a match sheet. Just kind of listing the matches of the day and then kind of moving people up. Doesn't appear to be a bracket per se, but there is lists there along with some odds for those who wish to gamble. And they are guarded by a couple individuals, Eladrin, but wear the same kind of dark blue kind of tabards that you saw at the guards at the front of the gate. But as you kind of press in, the man who's in the process of writing kind of looks over and speaks out to you in Sylvan. Is there something I can help you out with?
Returning in Sylvan, we're here to participate.
Oh, Well, kind of looking at the sheet, most all of our matches have been paired for the day, but I should have something available for you tomorrow morning. Were you looking to compete as a group?
I'll turn back to Izal and Kalmak, and I'm just like, Izal doesn't understand Sylvan, and neither does Kalmak. Okay,
I'm just for a good time.
he's inquiring about how we plan to participate today. Well,
As I kind of go, he's switching over to the common tongue. Outsiders. That's fine. So, yes, as I told your friend here, we don't have any other matches available at this particular time of day, as the evening has, as he looks at his magic watch, as the evening has coming to an end. However, I do have some openings tomorrow.
I'll fight as a group.
Yeah.
Group fights are certainly, they pay the most, as they bring in the most spectators.
Yeah. Group's fine. 3.
so it shall be a group fight.
Very well. Let's see here. You have a couple options. Based on your relative skill, you could start off relatively light. We do have some monsters you can fight. If you're interested in more of a challenge, though, I would recommend perhaps fighting some of our other gladiators. If you're new and your tactics are quite good, I would perhaps have a recommendation of someone who would be interested to fight outsiders.
I would personally prefer monster combatants, but what do the rest of you feel?
We can fight monsters. I mean, there's nothing saying we couldn't fight something else like a different day. Assuming we
That's
don't
true.
be murdered.
At this particular junction, though, the hard part is that if I'm going to get a monster sizable enough to fight you, he's kind of glancing over, and you kind of, Caleb, you can actually kind of sense, like, as he's kind of looking at you, there's like some magic glinting in his eyes.
Kind of see,
so-
suss what we are.
Counterspell. Dispel.
My eyes.
Dirt.
Kind of looking. So, to acquire a monster that would be worth your time, and quite frankly ours, might take towards later tomorrow. But if you're interested in, and he's kind of like looking over at Izal at this point, in getting something soon, I do have a pair of ice giant brothers who I'm quite certain would be interested in crossing blades with you. Keep in mind, though, they only do fights to the death, and they are, at least as of this time, undefeated.
That makes sense.
As are we.
I'll turn and look at Izal and Kelmac, but my intention is pretty clear. When I look at him, I just go, I don't necessarily need to fight giants, but if you two want to fight them, you can. I'm looking for something a little more native to the land.
I mean, solo with a giant. I mean, I'm pretty confident, but like 2 ice giants. Tough.
I'm trying to go off like what I've heard. Ice giants are worse than hell giants.
No, they're considerably stronger and smarter. But I mean, I did go toe to toe with the
That's-
stone giant.
That's what I meant by worse. They're just,
Oh, that's not how I meant it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm looking for a
Izal's
good time.
from a frozen north area, and yeah, Izal could tell you it's like, depending on how skilled these giants are, this ranges from might be kind of a fight to this could be rough.
I mean, I'm out of character. I'm willing to fight, but again, my sword is looking for fey creatures. So that was the whole reason why I came to the Colosseum, is to fight monsters that are of fey lineage. Ice giants, I'm assuming, are not of fey lineage. So there's not really a desire for me to necessarily go in and fight.
Addressing as players, are Drow Fey since they're elves?
Yeah, they have fey ancestry.
Okay. Then I would ask, are there any Drow in your keep?
How close to like elf storyline are you going when it comes to stuff like this? Because technically, Drow wouldn't be here.
Not slave drow. Free
Yeah,
slave.
I was like, I mean, you could have Drow in the Fae, but most of them have been like cast out and not necessarily.
Okay, and they've been sent to the Underdark.
But that's why I'm asking the DM, like, how like in depth are we going with the Fae lineage here?
Drow. I mean, Drow would satisfy Star Killer's requirements, but Drow would not be elves that would be common to the Feywild, no. Or perhaps they would be common to specific of the Fey realms, but not in the prime Fey realms.
Okay, then I will rescind my comment. I think as a group we could fight the giants, but I guess your weapon has other tastes.
It. And then, like, yeah, Reggie looks over at you and just like, I'm not. We don't. I lean in over to Kelmac and I was like, I'm not particularly kind to just announcing that my weapon craves fey blood. Maybe you should keep that a little under wraps.
Bitch.
I kind of want to fight a giant by myself.
I would imagine the brothers are not going to want to fight alone, though.
Cowards.
Well, if
Fight to the death, though, Kelmac. That's dangerous.
we've been in worse. As I like scratch at a piece of fur that's still growing back from the fucking lightning bolt.
I lean over to Calum and say, they keep using the word we fight. That doesn't include me, correct?
When they were talking about big group fighting, yes.
No?
I do not consent.
No one figured you were going to participate.
Calum just told me.
Well,
I assumed your compatriot was going to fight as well. As you said you were going to fight as a group, and he was part of that group.
The group would be 3 of us. And then I...
Three. Very well. Then I might be able to get something for you, perhaps just after lunch. As, if it's just 3 of you, then the level of monster I would have to acquire would be considerably less.
Look at that, problem solved. Except for those giants.
A fight to help mold that lunch over.
At any case, I shall go ahead and put you down on the registry. You'll figure out who or what you're fighting tomorrow. You did state you had a preference for beast, correct? Particularly those unique to this realm.
Yeah, if we wanted to kill other ones, we would just stayed on the material plane. We're here for a show.
Very well. Then I shall acquire something for you. As far as the rules, remember, as stated, these fights are to the death, normally. As such as would always be the case when it comes to beasts. So beware of that. If you wish to have any sort of specific final rites administered, you'll need to share those with us prior to the beginning of the match. And as you notice, we do gamble. There is no rule forbidding you from gambling on yourself, but just be aware of that.
Cool.
Understood.
Very well. Then, I'll place...
I want to stay and watch them. We're just gonna fight.
Oh, yes, we still have, I think, 2 or 3 more matches going on this evening. So feel free to watch and at least get a sense of how things go on here. Also, once this is done, the place usually remains quite lively afterwards. And, well, the forges and smithies here in this area don't tend to stop for any reason. Rain, sleet, or snow, they are working. So feel free to stop by some of the craftsmanship here.
I'll probably stay here. We have most of the afternoon.
Well, I mean, it's like late afternoon, approaching evening.
I would say and watch a few matches.
I would like to be entertained, so yes.
Are you not entertained?
Not currently.
Athoria, if we win tomorrow, I will force one of them to eat this piece of copper for you.
Oh, that's...
He remembered.
Everyone else will think it's really weird that I keep doing that, but you'll know.
I lean down and give you a hug and whisper, that's one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me.
Aw. Don't you get like a maze of your face?
Well, I mean, like... I almost said who didn't, but...
Well, I'm glad I could do something for you at the cost of possibly dozens of copper.
Dozens? Well, you're setting the expectation quite high.
I don't plan on losing.
You're gonna force feed them 12 copper?
No,
One individually?
One per person or thing.
You're gonna fight 12 things?
Eventually. Only in public, though.
I don't know what that means.
Only public killings.
Well, I will be watching.
And so, just to make sure, it's Calum and Volred that will not be participating.
Correct.
Caleb, let's ascertain the seating situation. Do we need to procure good seats for these fights?
We can do that. But also, they did say there would be gambling here, based on the fights.
Oh, I know. I specifically mentioned that because I know how you, Kilmo, are.
Did
I
you
could
want
be convinced.
fights for tomorrow? We won't be able to do it today because they're done a dock.
Yes. What's a suitable first bet? Like 50 gold? 80?
Sure.
Oh, perfect.
But it depends on the establishment. Some places have a maximum, some places have a minimum. I don't know the betting rules here. So we shall establish that tomorrow when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah, and then me and Red will go find some tea.
I assume the rest will join us to sit for the next matches for this evening.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go get me a whiskey and water.
I hope they kick you out.
What is
Yum.
this whiskey? They're like, oh, whiskey and water? Give you a whiskey and then drop an ice cube in it.
Whiskey on the rocks. I think we established that he has sensitive teeth and he doesn't like the ice part. But he likes the watered down part because it's spicy.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Right,
It's
spicy.
sacrilege.
Can I fight Kelmac tomorrow? Is that?
Because
I
I like
mean-
my liquor a certain way.
You like water with liquor in it.
It is the same. If you get ice, it has water.
Okay, then get a whiskey with some more whiskey in it. Call that a double.
Not having this conversation again.
Every time you bring it up, we will.
Okay. So, the rest of the evening goes by relatively fun, entertaining. The remaining matches were all, individual versus individual, mostly group versus group, but there was like a 1v1 kind of fight. So, yep, as the kind of evening starts to come to a close, people do start to kind of file out of the kind of arena a little bit.
I think that one guy should have lost. I mean, he just threw dirt in the other guy's face.
Well, it's called fighting dirty.
And they are to the death.
I think in the same position he's all, you might do the same thing.
I've done it. I've kicked my shield at someone's shin like 3 times in a row. It's effective. But not when there's like thousands of people watching.
To each their own is all.
As we file out, just so we're clear, we're not like wanted here, are we?
I don't believe so.
Reggie just kind of like looks over at his all and is just like,
Yeah.
Depends on what name you use out loud, doesn't it?
well, I do intend to utilize my actual name.
R name or the Y name?
Reginald.
Okay.
Are you going to have a hard time remembering that?
No. Got blocked.
Salazar's the summer one?
Yes.
The aggressive one.
Correct.
Alright.
He will also be incredibly upset that I am not letting him out.
He would love tomorrow.
He would.
He would.
But he would not fit in here. Then there would be additional questions as to why I'm not here with your group. And I don't intend to allow that to happen.
I don't meet very many Ladrin. Is what you could do very specific to you, or is it?
Not really. Most pick a form and stick with it for a long term. Most of us can change, but I chose specifically to abide by a contract. Allowed spirits to move through the body in order to access certain changes and give them access. That's a little more unique.
I'm hungry.
We should simply go back to our place of residence then. Unless there was something you guys wanted to do along the way.
They mentioned craftsmen, but I don't really feel like wandering around in the middle of the night looking for stuff I probably won't buy.
That is fair. But if you don't wander around, you'll never run into like a bin.
I will wander around.
I would precaution you not to really touch anything.
I will go back to the inn.
The only reason why I say not to touch anything is your situation.
What?
Your ability to be in tune with the history of certain things.
Oh. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, do you not want me to, like, touch anything at all? Because if that's the case, I should not be trusted.
Well, I don't want you to touch anything that's not in our presence that would cause you to have an episode.
But I don't know. If I go into a shop and touch a trinket, how am I supposed to understand whether or not that trinket had meaning?
Which is why I prefer you not to be alone. You said you would wander, but you never said you would take anybody with you.
Oh. I thought someone else would wander.
Oh, we hadn't given anybody opportunity to volunteer themselves.
Yes, and that's their fault.
As much as I am one to wander, I do not know if I could guarantee safety here in these lands. So I will abide and enjoy the time inside out of the cold.
I'm gonna get prepared for tomorrow, so I'm not going out.
Caleb?
I'll go with Red.
Thank you. The one time I actively decide to wander, and suddenly no one wants to join.
I have made my intentions of wandering clear.
I believe there was a story about you wandering before and stealing something from a pimp.
Oh, but we were already out and about. That was a group situation. I very rarely go under once we've made arrangements for the night.
Well, the one who's most proficient in wandering is not going. Nobody hear me?
I can hear you.
I could
hear you.
No, my Siri decided to randomly go off, so I did not hear anything you said, so I'm just gonna respond to it and shake my head. Volred probably ignored it, so let's just go with that.
Feels like he's getting scolded. He's ignoring you now.
Actually, wasn't even scolding him that time.
It'll be in character.
Well, you two have fun. You do remember where we are staying, correct?
Yeah.
Good, because I don't. What's the name of the place? DM?
It is.
You didn't even-
I'm waiting for someone else.
I thought you were looking it up.
I was about
It's
to,
just-
but I'm trying to find it in my notes.
Snowbound Rest.
I was literally right there. You need to give me like another half second.
You asked.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Hey, Volred, have
Mhm.
you tried touching any of the potions that we got from Ben after you drank that one potion?
Well, I thought all of them were consumed.
I got a few that don't. Like, what if you'll see visions of him?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
What if he'll tell you where Ben is?
That would be a great idea.
Yes, it would.
You should touch this one. Don't drink it. You might go mad.
I look over at Yandere like,
My only stipulation was for you not to be alone.
And it to be not in our possession of the party already.
so I touch this potion to see if it communicates. I don't know, this sounds like a bad idea.
You sure we don't want to be in like a stairwell somewhere where we're doing this first before we
Yeah,
get
this sounds like something
This is an alleyway
Calum would do.
And to be fair, I stopped myself before I finished the sentence, okay?
He's reaching out. It's like, I'm about to touch it. Should I be doing this though?
This feels right and wrong.
It's under supervision. You meet all the qualifications.
Okay, I touch it.
You touch the potion, and it's a potion.
I
Are
tilt
you
my
like
head back
actually,
and start,
or is that just like a
shaking little
reaction,
bit.
or are you like trying to do something?
Well, yeah, I was trying. But even if it doesn't do anything, I'm still gonna like shoot my head back and act like I'm having a vision.
Okay.
Okay, so you're attempting to connect to the Fae, to use your Fae sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Give me a Fae sense.
It's a new skill.
22.
That's true. Okay, so there's a brief moment where you go, ah, yeah, and you do the fake thing, ha 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 ha, and then all of a sudden your face goes slack. And you start getting everyone sees this like dumbfound expression comes across your face. Your consciousness is ripped from your body and thrust through blizzard, over mountains and mist, through forests, and then you land in the Crimson Forest, in the Amberwood, back in the realm of autumn, in this small little hut with like these orange, kind of Spanish clay tile roofs. It's just a place, like a little garden area, like in the middle. It's got like an old school like picket fence around it with these little herb gardens and raised beds and stuff. Just out in the middle of the forest, and you see the familiar form of this kind of hunched back, kind of Eladrin fellow with a long beard going through and tending to the plants. He kind of sits there for a moment and then glances over at you. Hello?
Hi. How are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
I'm well. I recognize you. You and your compatriots bought some potions from me a little while back.
We did, and I would like to procure more.
Well, that's going to be a little hard considering you're not actually here.
Don't you have a potion to solve that?
Well, the problem is that for the potions to work, you kind of have to drink them. And, well...
Certainly there has to be some form of magic that would let this work. You are very talented.
Yes, I am quite talented. The problem is that you are not within the realm of autumn, and I cannot easily traverse the boundaries to other Fey realms. But if you and your friends stop by sometime, I'd be glad to sell you some more. I have a few new things I'm working on. Only problem is I forgot to label them. So...
Sounds exciting. So let me ask, in case I can't just magically vanish well, not vanish, but magically appear before you and figure out where your whereabouts are next time, do you have like a business card, a P.O. box, like an address, something that I can reach you at should I not be able to just suddenly appear again?
Well, no, that's not really the way it works. If you have a spell of sending, you could send me words, prayers. Just kind of depends. Also, now that you've seen my dwelling, as long as you are in the realm of Autumn and attempt to find me, it may well be that you'll stumble upon my door sometime.
Perfect. So I don't have spell of sending, but one of my compatriots does. Can I like explain these whereabouts and like channel that same knowledge to like talk to you or like
That should be fine. The spell, the way I understand, as long as they've met and got to know me a little bit, that should be fine. And you have that other Autumn fellow in your group, and you know, he knows some ways of getting around. You know,
hmm.
so.
Well, thank you for explaining some fundamentals of magic. That doesn't come natural to me, hence why I have to drink your potions.
Well, I'm very thankful for your business.
Well, we will see you sometime in the future or however time works here in the Fae. Goodbye.
Okay, are you going to go? Or
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck here. I'm intending to, but like,
You just start
How's your-
walking.
roll me a face sense.
how's your day going?
Do you need some help? Are you having some performance problems? I have a potion for that.
What type of performance problems? I have a potion that's supposed to do some performance stuff, if you know what I mean.
But you know what? It doesn't really matter. You're
haven't
not
taken
here.
it.
Here, let me just help you out. And he goes and just kind of grabs your face and pushes it. And then your face, you're like, your senses are kind of rocked. Almost as if like you've leaned a little too far back in the chair and kind of had to jump forward. And you guys just kind of walk as he's just going and is back with you.
Are
Were
you?
you faking?
I think the first part was.
Well, I had a nice conversation with Ben.
And
Well, it's weird because this is the first time that I've had a out-of-body experience in this variety where I was actually able to communicate with someone and it wasn't just like a full-fledged fever dream. And the fact that we thought about trying to find him, this is interesting.
so you were able to locate him.
Yes.
His specific whereabouts.
Yes, I showed up at his place in the autumn. It was sort of near that one forest that y'all didn't want to go to. And by the way, DM, I don't know if this is correct, but just roll with it. It was next to that fallen star that was the thing that like you couldn't get out of the like stone, like that one ancient tale of like pulling a sword from the stone. It was somewhere in that general area. I recognized it. So if we go back to the autumn, I know where to find him. Oh, and we could use a sending spell too.
Well, I could have told you that.
Well, why didn't you?
Because we wanted to know exactly where he was, and not all Fae tell the truth about their location.
So are you telling me that he is lying?
No, you physically went to his location. Well, not physically. You were there. You were present.
So you could have told me, but you couldn't have told me.
You never asked.
You had an opportunity to tell.
I didn't know exactly what you were looking for.
Well, I didn't either. So we're probably okay here.
You're both pretty.
Anyways, Ben would definitely like more of our business, but we would have to be in the Court of Autumn. He would not allow me to metaphysically bring back potions.
Not allow or couldn't?
Oh, he said it doesn't work that way.
Yes, because you weren't physically there.
And I told him I don't understand magic, which is why I have to drink his potions.
It is also a truthful statement.
So yeah, maybe when we finish this whole like winter shindig, we can like go back to the autumn for a minute and like, I mean, I assume once we finish this winter thing, you're probably gonna want to go back to the autumn anyways, right? If things go like correct.
You see Reggie just like,
His first wink. Aww.
sure.
Okay, well, y'all could stop staring at me now.
Oh, the right side of your face hasn't fully regained its control. I was just making sure.
You look like you
Red
had
has
a mini
Bell's palsy.
stroke. Yeah, you had a mini stroke.
Smack it a little.
I think it'll come back.
Well, I'm gonna go try to drum up some dinner.
Can I have the potion back so you don't accidentally drink it?
Sure.
Anything specific I should ask for?
No,
I like getting their specials. No, everywhere you go, specials always good. Unless they're desperate to sell it. Then it's real bad.
they probably have really good soups here.
Soup. Special soup. Full red.
I'm good with that.
I'm sorry, I stopped paying attention.
He was like,
Okay,
cognac and soup.
cognac and soup. Okay. And I'm gonna go off and try to find a group table if they have a dining
Spellbound
central
rest?
area. Yeah.
Or yeah, they have areas for food down on the bottom floor, but you can also have room service, whichever you prefer.
Calmac, would you like to join? I'll eat downstairs with you. Hey, Andre wasn't
Awesome.
going with Volred or Caleb though, so.
I would follow you guys and go.
I like being in public. I don't know why it's such a if it is a problem for someone to eat in public, I can completely understand. And
We're following you. Your decision is just fine.
Reggie
Okay.
has reasons to not be out.
It would be me, but no one knows this visage here.
What if we slip up?
secret, keep it secret.
What do you,
Secret tunnel.
what do you mean if you slip up?
Say the Y word.
Then you say the Y word.
He's not here right now.
They look really similar though.
Just
Find me at the table. I'm hungry, dang it. It takes a lot of food to fuel this body.
it's like having a doppelganger. There are a lot of people who look alike and look very similar.
Do you want to eat downstairs or in the room?
I'm fine with eating in public. We have literally walked around in public since we've been here and essentially signed up for a public event. If I was concerned about my visage, then we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense when you put it all together. I'm gonna eat with Calmac.
I'm already sitting down, just like seeing who's all with us. Just Yandere, he's all me. Kayla? No, because walking with Yandere
We're scamping.
and with Wilred. Not scamping. Not scamping.
Are we scamping?
Not yet. Not yet.
Are y'all scamping?
There's a lot of ways to keep yourself warm in the winter court.
Where are the hoes at?
You're looking for the red light district.
It's the blue light district here. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, really, you should go and find that in the Frigid Muse. But, or, like, if you really want to go, like, cheapo,
I don't think
then
a place named Frigid Muse would ever get my business. Are you kidding?
The Frigid Muse is a borough in the city. But anyway, so, Caleb, Bullred, where exactly were you wanting to go?
The Frigid Muse.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So, you accompany your compatriots back to the Thong Quarter, to the Snowbound Rest, and then continue
The
on
quarter,
west.
he says.
The thawed quarter. Wait. Say that again.
Thong.
The Thawing Quarter.
Thong
That's
corner.
not what any of us heard.
G Street.
Well,
corner.
you know, no,
Right
that's
next
G-String
to Whale
Way.
Tail Bay.
G Scamp District.
No,
G
Whale
Avenue.
Tail Way. You know,
Whale Tail
G.
Way.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Whale.
The place advertising fresh crabs.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, so
Fresh cod crabs. Fresh cod crabs.
all right, move on.
Shampoo.
Before
Freshest in the
we
land.
earn the 21 plus rating. Okay, so
They don't know
Uh,
what we're talking about. That's all out of context.
it doesn't matter.
What context?
Anyway. You
Context
Oh,
doesn't
Lord, and then I
matter.
look
you
at the-
drop
then I
your
look at the
compatriots
chat, and
off
it's
at the
just, good
Snowbound
Lord.
Rest, and then head to the western end of the city, which is the Frigid Muse. As you approach, this is a place that's obviously a little more artsier. It's a cultural district that, as you guys kind of come in, most of the buildings are still kind of tall, but they have this sort of slender, organic architecture, and that almost kind of, it's almost as if the buildings are designed so that the snow and ice that accumulates on them accentuates their beauty. And there's lots of glass here, with numerous lampposts. There's garlands that kind of run kind of from lamppost to lamppost, and actually just kind of a general kind of Victorian Christmas town sort of vibe. Numerous shops are present, displaying several different kinds of handmade goods. You see tapestries, many art galleries. You walk past a place that appears to be a theater, advertising like a love story between like these two werewolf types. Looks like one's a bear and one's a wolf, kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type thing. And in the distance, you can like smell these kind of fresh, kind of sweets touch your mouth, reminiscent of s'mores. But yeah, the place just appears to be filled with nightlife and kind of overly expensive art.
How good is the art?
I mean, art is subjective.
Is it subjective to Volred, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that it would be to Volred's taste. A lot of it appears to be like landscapes of here in the autumn. You also, you know, there's lots of winter type scenes and such. It's just like it's kind of weird. It's like they all kind of use the same color palette.
So I'm bored of it.
Well, I mean,
Because
you're
there's so
bored
much
of
of the
most
same.
everything.
I mean, is it like a fun vibe though?
I mean,
Oh,
everyone
okay.
seems to be in good mood, in high spirits.
Caleb, what should we do?
Druids.
It seems there's some
druids.
shows around.
Get some magic powers.
That sounds fun. A show would be great. It'd be a nice switch up from drugs and getting blackout drunk.
Yeah. You could also drink and not get blackout drunk. There is a happy medium.
Are you sure?
I ride that line anytime I drink.
Well, I mean, obviously, I know you're kidding. I've been able to moderate very well since just a little bit after I died.
Yes, I will say that you have stepped up in that department.
It was mixing the Ezra leaf. That was a little problematic.
Yeah?
And the one time I ate those mushrooms.
Didn't you and Azal both take the mushrooms?
Well, I mean, yes, but not the time before we went to fight that dragon that we didn't fight, luckily.
That's fair.
But I haven't done anything wrong but that time.
But
Ever.
that's a very blanket statement for things that we have both talked about you doing.
Well, that's the noble way. Keep the talking points easy and they'll eat it up.
But you were no longer a noble.
Listen here, you little shit, okay? You might be right, but I'm dealing with that, okay? I'm sorry.
It
I
might
yelled
be
at
a
you.
hurtful statement, but it is something that you will have to come to terms with.
Let's go see this show and drink moderately.
And I'll lead them on.
Okay, so you go and find a local show.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
the only show that you had specifically stated that we saw was the Romeo and Juliet, which I figured we would.
There is that one, but there are several others.
As
so
long as it's not a ping pong show.
okay. So were you wanting to circle back to Romeo and Juliet, or were you wanting to try and find something else?
Based on what I see right now, without going going around too far, is there any other shows that I can see?
You guys have kind of made your way around the borough for a little while. You do spot two other shows. One appears to be some kind of elaborate story about these fairies that have to save their home from the coming spring. And then there is another one that seems to follow this individual who seems to be weaving tapestries out of light and ice, according to the poster card.
Which one of these shows seems the most interesting to you?
The light and ice one.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, you head into the Winter Fable Crystal Dreams. You both speak. Okay, so
Sylvan?
you both
Yeah.
speak.
He's all
Yeah,
Calmac
the
are
Sylvan.
the only two.
Okay. So, you guys watch this relatively stunning performance that has like a lot of practical effects. and it's basically the story of this woman who lives in this village called Crystal Vale, which is like high up in the mountains, where they take light from the northern lights and ice and weave them into dreams. And then something is happening with darkness that's turning dreams to nightmare, and she has to find a way to like reweave dreams and save the world kind of thing. It's kind of it features a little bit more like kind of interpretive dance type elements kind of woven into there, and they definitely use a liberal use of magic and pyrotechnics to kind of really make the show. It's more of a spectacle kind of than a play, but all in all, definitely high quality, and they gave you popcorn and candied apples to eat, so
Wow.
worth it.
Caleb, I'm quite surprised by the liberal usage of magic and special effects.
I will say, given the nature of where we are, it's not too surprising, but it is quite nice to see.
It's a shame she died in the end.
Yeah. Who could have seen that twist? I didn't.
I didn't either, but, the amount of fireworks she ingested, I mean, surely she wasn't going to survive.
Didn't help she jumped in the fire.
Yep. Plot twist, it was all a dream. Who would have thought?
The sequel sucks.
Who would have seen that coming?
Am I missing something?
She was
making
blind.
shit up.
She didn't see anything.
Okay. So, you're going to return to Snowbound Rest?
Unless there's other fun stuff we can do.
Oh, what time is it?
At this point, it's kind of late in the evening.
Okay.
We'll say it's equivalent to like 10, so some stuff is starting to kind of shut down a little bit.
Oh, honey, we don't show up to the club until like 11:30.
Fake.
Well,
Closes down like a Denny's.
10
Depends
o'clock,
on the
I'm still
club,
getting
honestly.
ready. We'll go back.
Alright, so you return to the Snowbound Rest. Your compatriots at this point in time have gotten to eat, and they sorry, I made the mistake of looking at the Discord.
That's your reaction? Wait, your reaction was, oh.
No, that was like, oh, like, dear God, what did I just...
Those are some of
It's
the
like,
most tame ones we've
open.
hosted.
It's just like, close the door.
This is how Eric reacts to drag queens.
That was a
Okay.
tasteful
Homophobe.
He's a dog hater, that's what it is.
Wait, has he ever
Not all
been to a
drag
drag
queens
queen
are
show?
gay. No.
You should. It's
We're
fun.
doing it.
We should.
We're going as a group.
Alex, yeah, all of y'all.
A friend of mine out here does photography for drag shows, and I go all the time.
BTS drag show, let's
You can just say you like drag shows. It's fine.
TSC.
Oh, I love them.
TSC. TSC. Yeah. Should we share the photos we got?
Get the photos on here real quick. 1 second.
No.
I also have those.
Only
Please
if we
send
get
them.
an update. Only if we get to do an updated version.
I'm way
If
too
somebody
fat
has
to
it,
pull off
please
that
send
much
it to
makeup.
me.
It's all chest up.
I only have Sean's. But anyway, moving on, getting back on track here.
No.
So you guys return to the Snowbound Rest. At this point in time, your party members have had dinner. They've gotten a chance to, get into their evening Well, whatever the hell you guys are.
My only thing that I would be doing at this point is trying to converse with the sword again, just to really understand what limitations for killing creatures are acceptable. Just because if killing hill or ice giants is also acceptable, but it's just not as good, then I'll loosen the reins on what exactly I'm willing to participate in. But I'm also just like, he said, I like blood, but I prefer Fey blood, but I don't know what that means. Everybody has taste.
Okay, yeah, as you're kind of talking with Starkiller, I will take anything offered. But yes, the blood of Fey I find most delectable.
Hold on. I could have allowed them to fight 2 ice giants. I'll keep that in mind next time.
So, anything you guys want to do before the end of day?
I want to go to a drag show.
We just call those shows in the Fae.
You can ignore it. Just keep going, Eric.
Okay, nothing else?
I will hype up my sword for tomorrow. Like, we're gonna fight something. That's about it.
Okay, yeah, and Aranthe was like, yes, goody. Killing someone. That's fine.
That's a creature.
Yay.
You wanted to be violent, and now you're not as excited.
Oh, no, we wanted to help you vanquish evil. So, just regular fights in an arena just doesn't seem like it pushes forward that narrative arc very much, if you know what I mean.
Well, this is like a tune-up. Like, you don't test out a horse by seeing how fast it can go right off the bat. You've got to see, can it go over long distances? How does it react?
I see.
when it's in there?
I see. You'd like us to build a rapport first. Establish a working
Yeah,
relationship.
you don't know how I like to do things. I don't know how you like to do things. I wouldn't be in a life or death situation, although technically it is life or death, but I have a good feeling about this. And we like, hey, I thought you were going to go left and you went right. My bad.
Well, I am a sword, so technically I am used in whatever way your skills dictate. But thanks for checking in, though.
Just making sure we're on the same page. And we'll vanquish evil the following day, probably. It's usually how these things go. We make a big hullabaloo and then we get in trouble. And then we vanquish evil.
Understood. And I must say, it does make sense for us to get an idea about how we work, and in case I have any feedback for your performance.
Great. Always looking for feedback. Constructive criticism, great. Mean criticism, kind of. I don't really work too well with that one.
Well, that's good to know.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Very well. Okay. And if all 5 of you wouldn't mind rolling me a d20?
20.
What if I
Good-
do mind?
Good job, Allred.
15. Why are you blaming me?
I just now checked roll 20. I saw your 22. I thought that's what you just rolled. So.
Oh, no.
I was being
A 22 on a 20.
I was impressed.
Okay, and then what'd you get? Oh, okay.
I got my favorite number, but not good in this context.
4.
3?
Yeah, some people are not popping in. So let's see.
Oh, I'm not in.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to roll and roll 20.
I got a 14.
I don't really care. Yeah, and then
Calmac got
Kayla.
16.
16.
I got an 11.
15.
Those are some solid numbers.
And then there's me.
I got a rock.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Wait a minute. Someone see that. Play a turtle. All right, so okay, got those marked down. You guys awake on now your third day here in the Winter Court. The sun's shining. It's fucking cold.
Take this clean.
Take it clean.
Oh, no.
That was the slowest I've ever seen him get up from his computer.
He's an old man.
No, one time I broke one of those chairs at my mom's house, but like the back leg just kind of slowly gave way, so I just kind of like did this slow reclining motion. And then I was like, something's not right here. And then all of a sudden, like the last like 12 inches, I just dropped.
Real
12
horizontal.
inches.
Yeah, no, that was one of those situations where it's, you know, like when you put something in there and you slowly let it boil, it doesn't realize what's going on. That's me. I'm like, wait a second. Something is changing about my surroundings and I don't know what.
I'm so glad to have this new computer that I could just chop up what you just said to make it sound way worse.
No,
Uh-huh.
don't.
Well, don't forget to do clips, you know. We can put out highlights on YouTube. Those do pretty well. But yeah, the morning is yours.
Hop out of bed excited.
I will hop out of bed melancholy.
It's fighting day.
Yes, yes it is.
Yes.
Were we informed on how they're going to tell us about our matches, or are we just supposed to show up?
I think he implied that we should check in the morning.
I was gonna be.
But I may have picked up on something different.
I was gonna go anyway because I want to see how soon they post things. I'm like, who's up? Are those giants gonna fight today? Can I see the giants fight? I know we're not fighting them. I want to see if they're there.
So you intend to leave relatively quickly?
Well, I want to eat something. I don't know how early they start, but as soon as I'm done eating, I'm gonna go.
I'll go ahead and see if they'll bring us biscuits, sausage, breakfast items. I'm not sure what breakfast is for
Salad.
the Court of Winter. Probably not salad.
Some, maybe.
Different kind of soup.
A chowder.
Ooh. Oyster crackers.
Yep. Okay. But okay. So they bring you, get some room service sent up. Instead of sauce, it looks like they have like some old like smoked ham that they've kind of cut off and then kind of pan fried. You get some biscuits and various other kind of breakfast tarts. Looks like some kind of yogurt.
Ooh, yogurt.
And then also you get what kind of looks like a spiced apple cider to kind of wash it all down.
It's all very great. Is it I'm sure an employee, not the like main kitchen person who brings it.
Yes, this was an individual, Eladrin, but has this kind of almost kind of jet black hair and blue eyes. Hair's kind of pulled back in a ponytail. Simple clothing.
I don't have the currency of this realm, but I do have, and I'll tip him an electrum because
kind of reaches out, takes it, and then replies in common. Thank you, sir. The tip is most appreciated.
You're
Will there
welcome.
be anything else I'll need to get for you? Perhaps
I
a
don't
carriage?
I don't believe this morning. I do think we are due at the arena later today, so we'll be fine. Thank you, though.
Very well. If you require me to register some transport, just let me know.
Will do. Thank you.
And he kind of walks away.
Close the door. Bring all the food in.
It's
As
sort
I
of
like
a
sneak
little
me a
rolly
big piece
cart.
of ham.
Oh, snap.
Who's here? I'm sure we'll eat and partake of all the foods.
Belgian waffle.
A singular Belgian waffle.
There's just one, and I'm just eyeing it.
Pumpkin spice waffle. Yeah. Cranberry. But yes, you guys can eat your fill of the breakfast, and then what are you going to do?
Well, I'm probably gonna go with these all to the arena to see what they've drummed up for the morning.
I will also go to the arena just so that way I can, scout out, see what else is out there, just in case we have to fight some more.
Mm-hmm.
See what they like measure like for two guys. Like what is one person that looks like our skill?
Which five guys are cooking burgers?
Big old bag of fries.
Are they cooking fries?
I'm looking for those giant names. I didn't get them, but I'm looking for names that look like they could be giants.
It's written
Like,
in
Urga.
giant.
I don't read
You-
giant.
I don't think giants have a written language.
They do. It's giant.
Yeah, they do.
I thought they did.
They. Oh, yeah, they do. They are the creators
They
of
have
the
runes.
rune.
No.
magic.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Their names are literally magic.
Yes.
There's
Same
two names in giant, and it's actually two halflings. Like
Yes.
what the fuck?
In a way, they are like one of the first species to ever comprehend arcane geometry.
It has been 0 days since mentioning arcane geometry.
Can you explain arcane geometry for those in chat, please?
Of
Kick him on the
course,
server
Kelmac.
right now. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Banned.
Who do we see? Do we see any like 2 versus 3 matches? Is there like
Well,
4v1s?
just to make sure we're here, in similar to last night, Volred and Calum are kind of rocking a pair, doing something separate.
They can come with.
Or
Or
are
if
you
they
going?
want.
I was gonna go with because I wanted to gamble.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys all depart for the Everfrost Arena, and kind of arrive there mid-morning. The spectacles for the day are already in process, and just kind of from what you can tell, kind of making your way to the front, it looks like 3 or 4 matches have already completed.
Damn.
So it's like ass crack of dawn, they're in here fighting. But as you kind of approach, you see the gentleman you spoke to yesterday speaking to a different individual. This one wearing this kind of long, kind of crushed velvet coat, kind of trimmed in white fur. And he bears kind of a brooch that looks like a snowflake. With this kind of pale white skin, long silver hair, and blue eyes. As he's kind of glancing around, talking to people, kind of looks over at your group. Ah, you must be our new contestants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. I was informed that you would be joining our wonderful spectacle today. By the way, my name is Silvaris. I am the purveyor and manager of the arena here. I also am responsible for lining up the fights, getting new talent, getting the word out, that sort of thing. And, well, once I heard that we had some individuals from another plane joining, and capable adventurers, nonetheless, I took the opportunity to line up a couple potential options for you. Naturally, my man has said that you had discussed the possibility of meeting a couple of our champions in combat, specifically Torg and Mjord, our frost giant companions. Was that correct?
We had mentioned facing particularly monsters, but
Yes, but
giant.
I was trying to see if there was still appetite for that. As for the monster, I was given a bit of an understanding of your general skill level, based on the power of your Arcanist and the relative mana possessed by your magical items, as well as scars, and I've procured a very interesting beast, not often seen in this part of the winter. I think it would make an excellent spectacle.
Scars.
I'm good. Let's go. What is it?
I look back at Kelmec and Izal first, and I was just like, I would be willing to participate in the fight with the giants if that is what you desire to do and don't necessarily want to fight monsters. Either or is good for me.
I've got a question. Is there any money on it yet? Is there anyone? Has this been announced? Like new people come in, think they're gonna die for a show.
I understand. No, there's no money on the betting just yet. We don't actually announce the fights until just a little bit before. As the composition of your party may change, it affects the odds. So once the actual skill set, the slate for today has been finalized, then we'll publish them at that point, and betting will commence.
I do believe you mentioned our Arcanist. He will not be participating, as we did address. It's
There's Reggie.
Yonder?
Reggie's doing it.
Yep, Reggie.
Okay.
I believe he is referring to my capabilities of casting magic. You got there.
So
They got me there.
I want to fight the giants. I really want to. But what if we can hype it up a bit? What if we go out there and fight this other monster first? Kind of get a show for it thing. And I call out the giants and we fight them with like some hype to it.
Well, I like the cut of your jib.
Assuming
But
we survive.
yes, if that's an option, I have your monster waiting below, ready to fight, whenever you're ready. If you wish to challenge our champions, well, one of our divisional champions anyway, then we can have that fight on just a little bit later. It just depends on whether or not you want to handle that fight back to back, or will you need a bit of a break between?
We would prefer to have a little bit of a break. Yandre will look at his all and just kind of like calm down.
I mean, what if they fight today too? We want to put the best show possible. Everyone at their strongest, really be able to hammer it down. So we'll hype it up. Imagine the amount, the word spread that someone called out the giants out. I really think just the amount of time between shows. Really
Very well. Let us do this. Let us go ahead and get your combat against the creature I procured for you. Get that out of the way. Assuming you survive, then we can move on with you challenging our champions as the main attraction for this evening. that should give you a solid 8 or 9 hours or so to recover before the last fight of the evening.
I'm just looking at Yandere gauging his.
Yes. Good for me.
That sounds fair enough.
Assuming we survive the first one, we could really botch it. Fuck up.
I assume I'm in like the back of the party with Caleb, and I'm just gonna lean over like, should I bet against them?
I see where you're coming from. If our friends die, you make money. Kind of helps.
Win-win.
But I feel like it's just a waste of money to bet against any of them.
The confidence in Kelmack's ability to roll hits is astounding.
So I will hear what Caleb says and then say back to him a little bit louder, enough to where the rest of the party can hear me. I would never bet against our party.
What?
I think he is trying to allude to the fact that he intends to bet against us, but wants us to believe that he won't ever bet against us.
When I was younger, I used to bet against myself all the time. I feel like it's a way of paying for the right to beat somebody up. That way, if you lose, you feel kind of happy about it. But I'm expecting to win. So it's like, hey, my allowance is going to me giving you a black eye today.
Is this anything that I'm actually hearing?
I'm saying like towards like you guys. Because you said it out loud. It's like, oh.
Just confirming.
Yeah.
So yes.
I could never bet against you, Azal.
I was gonna.
I plan on making bank from you guys.
Gail's like, I'm gonna get money. Y'all are stupid.
The second he sees the odds are 57-1 that we lose, just like.
That's
Or did I say the odds wrong?
I don't know how odds work.
I don't know either.
I know over-unders. I don't know odds.
that's quite a bit. 57-1.
That would be
Means you get paid out $57 per
every
every
one.
dollar you put in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a 57
very rare you
multiplier.
get that big of a difference.
2 to 1 times 2 multiplier.
Yeah, usually you only see odds that high when you're betting on like a pool. Like let's say you're betting on like of 30 teams who could win like the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like there's 29, but like in a head-to-head matchup, like a 57 times qualifier. That's a lot. So yes, Eric, what are the odds? Because you definitely said that you wanted to introduce some more gambling to this campaign.
I also told you that betting would not commence until the slate has been finalized.
Well, we'll do the monster
All right, we'll check out some fights. while
here
I
this
get
morning.
done.
Okay, so you guys are saying yes to the monster, and you guys are just wanting to do that as soon as possible, so that way you have time to rest.
Yes.
Question. Do I see the Giants on the docket?
No.
No
Okay.
advertising at all. Man, I really think 24 hours is really cool for people.
This guy doesn't seem bothered by that.
Of course, if we win, there's gonna be a rematch. If we don't kill him outright, it's like, well, they're gonna want the revenge now.
Well, it's to the death, so no, there wouldn't be a rematch.
Yeah, I'm thinking too much with the show.
Yeah. I mean, I
Our
guess
show
yes, there
producer
could be
should-
a rematch. basically just what would happen at that point is they'd be turned into a zombie creature, and then they'd drop down to a lower division. They'd have to work their way back up.
They may be dead, but they still have a debt.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, Sylvaris is going, excellent, my friends. I believe we can make lots of money together. Right quick, and he kind of pulls out these long form contract forms, sets them down. Standard boilerplate, mostly just making sure you're aware that if you die, it's not our fault. And the rules for the fight, which really, between you, is really no rules, only you're not allowed to use magic that might endanger the life or health of the spectators. It is really the biggest rule there. Also, as you'll note here, your prize money for winning is 5,000 frost gold coins.
Looking it over, is this in like magical common or is it still in silver?
He has this one in common.
But with Reggie looking it over, he doesn't see anything out of place. We're not
Nope.
selling our souls or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
It's one of those more kind of shady, you agreed not to hold us liable at all kind of contracts.
Neat. Looks good to me.
Cool.
What's this part about plane
Excellent.
shifting right here?
Ah, yes. Well, that part of the rules is just general for teleportation. You are not allowed to teleport outside of the arena. Localized teleport within the arena is fine, but we also want to note that if you leave the arena via any of these methods, it's an automatic default.
Ah, yeah, that's good. As long as we don't see anything weird.
If we are shunted from the arena, not of our fault, is it still a disqualification?
Well,
I'm
you mean
just saying
like
'cause
via magic, for example?
yes, not
Simply
of our own
put,
companions.
Being removed from the arena, stepping foot outside of the arena is disqualification. Now, if only one of your party members, such as yourself, gets ejected, then you will not be able to continue. But your group could still win, provided the remaining party members are able to finish the match without you.
So, shunting an enemy out is an effective way to instantly remove them from the combat.
Yes. However, I would see that more as a potential hazard for you than your opponent.
Okay.
Right. Anything else?
Ah, I'm good. Sign it
I
up.
think that's it.
Very well. All right, we'll add it to the slate, and it looks like we could have you in an hour.
Very time.
You're free to wait down in the Champions Hall for that time, or continue to watch the fights.
I want to watch.
Very well. Okay, and then you guys can go ahead and watch the fights. But I think now's a good time to go ahead and take our break before we get into any combat.
Oh, good, because we'd be an hour and a half.
Early break.
All right. See you all in roughly 15 minutes.
15 minutes! murder all of you. Your
Three
characters,
of
I
us.
mean.
Yeah.
There could be collateral damage. And it would be all your fault because you signed the paperwork.
I didn't sign anything.
Well, it would be their fault. You two would die, and it would be their three's fault, legally speaking.
Okay.
But
I'm getting my
hey.
handbag. I'm leaving.
Ooh, a peppermint.
Oh, Werther's original. So, centering back. Who's up? So, you guys spend about an hour or so taking a look at the general fair. Most of the battles around here don't last very long. A minute at max. And then, there's a good 5 or 10 minutes as they kind of rake out the carnage and kind of, dump a little bit more sand and kind of zhuzh the place and make it look presentable for the next fight. And you guys kind of watch as the slate is slowly filled in, and the odds against you are 3-1. But before too long, Sylvaris comes, taps you guys on the shoulders. It's like, my friends, your fight is coming up. It would be wise for you to go on down below in preparation.
Okay.
I mean, is it 3-1 that they win or against?
3-1 against.
Okay.
Now that that's been introduced, I think it's me and Volred's time to go gamble.
Let's
Indeed.
put some money on it.
Okay, so they depart and start heading down to the lower levels.
I will give them
as-
5 gold to put against me. I'll give it to Calum. I'll give it to Calum. And Calum, I need you to bet against me. Just this part. Betting for someone else. Whatever.
Okay,
Promise me you'll bet against me just this amount.
I will do that.
All right.
I'll give Volred scale render to hold on to. I'm not gonna use it, but I still keep it with just in case.
Wait, what'd you give me?
A great sword
A great song.
to just kind of hold.
Just hold on to
Or
it.
use it as betting collateral if you're really feeling frisky.
Oh!
I
Some of that
didn't
Gorbat
buy
chaos.
it, so
I would be pissed.
Yeah, I'll be like, you gave away a perfectly good greatsword?
You son of a bitch.
and not gave it to the person who cycles through weapons.
I love weapons. They're fucking great.
I'm going to. What? I mean, are we gonna RP out me like actually putting in the bet, or do I just tell you, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and just tell me if you want. You come up and talk to the same gentleman you guys spoke to yesterday, who gave you the initial rundown. Your bet?
200 gold on my party.
For?
Material gold.
And that's so that they win?
If they win, that should pay out 600 gold, correct?
Yes, the odds are 3-1.
Great. Let's do 250 instead.
Very well. So noted.
So I have 2 separate bets that I'm going to be placing.
Mm-hmm.
5 gold bet that my friends lose.
Okay, that's technically Zol's bet.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then 1,000 that they win.
Caleb has a gambling problem.
No,
Kilmo has a gambling problem.
It's a kill.
Kilmo has a gambling problem when it's not real money.
He
Okay.
likes the thrill.
Real money, I don't gamble. But fake money,
There's a moment where
I do
you go to place this bet. The gentleman kind of looks at you and kind of glances over to someone else right quick. This individual is wearing this kind of like elven chainmail with a dark blue tabard with the snowflake on it. But he also is wearing like this kind of white and blue cording kind of military style that goes over one shoulder, kind of nods in his direction. He goes, quite an unusual day. Normally we don't accept bets quite this large, but apparently we're being covered. Here you go. And he gives you your betting slip.
Thank
Any
you
other
very much.
bets?
Not for
No.
me.
All right. Good luck. All right. With that, you guys are kind of brought down to the lower levels and kind of stood in front of this 10-foot wide, kind of domed portcullis that kind of reaches out into the large pit. And you guys can kind of watch the arena itself is rather large, and you can kind of see a little bit a shimmering and a roar, or actually several roaring sounds, as it looks like you can spot some workers in the section of the hall opposite you attempting to wrangle some rather large beast. As this happens, those of you in the audience kind of look over as Silvaris kind of comes to the front podium. Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful citizens here of Frostfell, we have some new meat. Adventurers from the Prime Material have come to sample all that our fair city has to offer, and they've decided to begin their festivities here. So, we have collected quite an interesting collection of combats today, and a very special beast for our new friends. As you no doubt have noticed, our normal limit to betting has been erased, as we have with us today a most elegant and honored spectator. He kind of turns around and gestures to like one of the large kind of slate thrones. You see an Eladrin gentleman, kind of thin, go to stand. He wears this kind of dark blue kind of brocade doublet with these kind of black leather pants and this large kind of crushed velvet collar, tuft and fur. His skin is snow white with glowing blue eyes and this kind of relatively short, spiky, kind of edgy, almost see-through white hair. And he bears one singular kind of dangly earring and a silver and sapphire coronet on his head. Silvaris turns back to the crowd. Our own wonderful guardian, Prince Frost. He has graciously provided the funds to remove the maximum betting limit today so that we can maximize fun and profits. So, you have but a few moments left in order to place your bets over here. Let's go ahead and let our champions in. And the roars go up and the portcullis in front of you starts to slowly rattle upwards, Izal. As you kind of start stepping out along with Yandere and Kelmac. Then kind of looking around, and you see lots of people have kind of packed in here today, even more making their way through the central entrance. And from here you can see Prince Frost up atop his regal chair, just kind of glancing down at your little group with a degree of amusement. Yeah, you can hype up the crowd a little bit. Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. With that, you know, the hype gets the crowd gets hyped up a little bit, and then as you know, the energy starts filling the place. Sylvaris kind of looks over to the prince, turns around. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now here. The main spectacle. Straight from the darkest reaches of the sickle scythe tundra, a beast fearsome in these lands. Thankfully, they've only killed a few hundred in the last year, but menacing. Just the right kind of creature to take on a group of adventurers. And you can hear the roaring in the other side kind of continue. There's a bit of a shudder as it looks like whatever this creature is kind of butting up against the architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, bear witness to the Frost Scale Hydra. And you watch as the portcullis kind of busts forth as this gargantuan creature with 5 heads. Kind of a mix of dark blue and kind of shimmering silver scales quickly rushes out. You see sections of blood and gore on the ground around it quickly freeze as several of its heads roar out, shooting gouts of blue flame and ice. And Sylvaris kind of looks over to your group. Well, good luck, friends. Then with that, the fight is good. Let's go ahead and roll for an ish.
Transition. Because I'm all the wrong ones, and hence. Oh, we tiny. All right. Exciting. I haven't rolled yet. I can get my shift to work. There it goes. I'm a barbarian, so yes. 18. Oh. Thing is, Eric picked that monster out before you gave it away. So he's like, I'll throw him a little bone here. Oh. Well, fuck you do that, Ed. Just play it yourself. Jace head. Alright, I'm gonna go to the right. I'm gonna swing around to the right. This thing was kind of spouting out fire and stuff when it was just walking in, so it maybe has breath weapons. Let's not stay in groups. Gotcha. Let's freaking go. I'm going to channel my divine energy and rage. I'm excited. And I'm gonna sprint forward. I was legit thinking, like, man, because I had a joke in mind about like faces and stuff, like lots of heads. But I was like, man, what if it's a Hydra? It would really throw my joke off. And then I don't remember my joke now, so it ruined the whole thing. I was like, oh, I was thinking Hydra though. I run forward with my divine energy pumping, and I'm gonna attack it with. I don't have a Ran 3 out yet. I'm pulling out the old Golden Forge Battle Axe, and I'm gonna reckless attack. Come on, stop rolling. It's like the old show. There we go. Only 17. That's not great. I hit it. I'm swinging one-handed, so it's 2 plus 3 is 13, and my first hit does radiant damage. So we're gonna get that going here. 8, so 21 points of damage. Woohoo! Blackjack, 21. We're gambling. Let's swing again, everybody. Cold damage. $6 points. Hit it again. 23 to hit on this bad boy for 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage on that one, and I'm going to take more damage. All right. That's even more. Attack. Bonus action, use my rage. I ran up there. Do I have any cool abilities I can do with free actions? No, because I've done all the cool stuff. I'm done. I'll pivot. I want to pivot. Let me do some pivoting here. If I had a 50, 20, I had a bunch of movement because I was by Kelmac. So I'm going to pivot to there. So I get half my movement when I raged for the first time. And then I get 10 feet for Kelmac. And I'm fast. So I'm going to pivot a little bit over here. Alright, that's it for me. Wearing my shield. I actually don't think that hits me. 20 is my AC currently. Shield block. What? You can cast spells? Those are for smites. No. up. It's free to do. Nice. I get hyped by the roar. That's great. And all of its attacks are now at disadvantage. So the attacks against me are straight attack rolls. Because I reckless. Aha! Because the Hydra is frightened, it would be regular attacks against me. Well, that definitely doesn't hit me with my 30 AC, right? It hit. Aha. Hift. Did not. Nice. It's getting tougher. Made of cold iron. Well, it's got, I think it's toothless. Well, that was the plan, though. Our bad. Mm-hmm. Nice. Hypothetical, Eric. Were those attacks magical from the Hydra? All right. Damn. The vulnerability ability? That's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Be good. Okay, dokie. I've got advantage on those. By only good rolls. If you roll like crap. I rolled double 13s. So Kelbeck also failed. So it's 10 points of cold damage. Oh, and are we restrained? All right. It's like, sounds like restrained how you're describing it. You've been doing a lot of playing lately. You have disadvantage on attack rolls. You have a speed of 0 because you're technically grappled, and you fail dexterity saving throws automatically. And attack rolls against you have advantage. Is it my turn? Let's freaking go. I'm going to chuck my shield up at it, just a little gently touch it, just basically doffing it. I'm gonna pull out a Ranthier offhand. Let's go. And I'm gonna recklessly attack it for some straight rolls now. Yeah! I got one mode. Anger. 17 to hit. It's vulnerable to all this damage. Which includes the radiant damage because it's my first hit for the turn. Divine Fury. For a total of 11, 12, 13, 14. What's that? Is 22. Doubled to 44 points of damage. Second attack. Still straight roll because I reckless for the turn. And I take some cold damage. I rolled a 26 to hit, and I dealt 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage. And now, I'm going to use my offhand, Aranthier, the first attack. Here we go. I rolled a natural 20 on the first attack. Are you shitting me? It's like... it's so funny. It's like, I was hyping Aranthier last night. It's like, we gotta get this going. Okay. I only need 5... For I don't use dexterity for this, so it uses different dice for that. Actually, I don't add dexterity to it at all. So it is a 5. 5 plus this. Oh, I brutal critical on this one too. Oh, cool! It already did it all because I don't have my thing for it. This is fine. 5. Say 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17 points. 17 points of damage. They did. Aranthier is only a D6. And it's my offhand. 17 points. I'm adding 6, and I gotta add my brutal critical die to it, which doesn't get doubled. And I take cold damage from that. Woo! That's... Anytime someone's hit? Alright, well, this is the first time I... So he took the 5 just now and the 8. I didn't take any damage for that 14 points I dealt Eric, by the way. So I took 8, and then I didn't take any for the second attack. So 8, 5, and 2 is what we took. Alright. Strike it. I'm like, ooh. I look down at the... Aranthia's like, that was freaking cool. Okay, well, I got you. next, give me a second. I gotta swap around, and I'll take care of this. And I'm gonna pivot over this. Oh yeah, no pivoting for me. No pivot on this side. And that's it for me. Let me deduct some HP. Oh no, the shackles. Better than none. That's everybody, though. Like, going to the thing was my idea. This is all collateral for me. $22. Sacred number. You're trolling 2d20. It's his is grouping it weird. Smite it. Ooh, nice. Well, you dealt 15 points. You have improved smite. It added a d8 of radiant damage. Welcome to a combat. It's been a while. Well, since you've been in combat. So 15. Okay. That's 22 points of total damage. Oh boy. Boy hardy. get cold damage, splash damage from this. I took it at the end of my turn. I took 12. It's the damage makes it drop off like a lizard's tail. When it takes too much damage. Wisdom saving throw, which it will fail because it has bad wisdom. Well, it could take half. It doesn't. It would still take half of the max. Yes. So 12 or 24. It's a shit wisdom though. Hey. You have advantage against both of us now. Is that 7, I think, now. Uh-oh. Is it cone constitution? Or is it a breath weapon deck save? I was just asking. You know I'm negative both player and DM. That's because the players don't make as many mistakes. We're so good. As a DM, no, we're not. We make shit up all the time. We're right, but it's because the players don't know. It's okay. And it sounds like it's the spell Cone of Cold. Hey, below average. Hello. My ace. My AC's at 19 now, by the way. But 22 does hit. So half to 7. I dropped my shield to dual wield, but I still have the two weapon fighting. I have 2 weapon fighting. So that's. Oof. Half. Ooh, nice. That might be the fate. Attack of opportunity from Calmac. Spear. Well, I'm gonna attack too, of course. You have 10 plus 6. So it's 16, because you get your improved Divine Smite. Unless it's only on your turn, because I don't know Paladins. So you have done 16 points. 10 of it is slashing, 6 of it is radiant. Woohoo. That's 27. It moved. Attack. Moved. Attack 30. I have to. Yeah, I'm good. You're playing my game right now, Eric. It'll add it in roll 20. It'll add it as a character. So if it's on your weapon, it's gonna add it twice. Me too. Yay. Oh, neat. Just hanging. It's like, ooh, you're just chilling, leaning against him. Like, how's it going, buddies? Hey, I'm at 86. I'm below double digits. I updated it. Legendary action. Frightened now, by the way, too. So you can't move towards Kelmac. Let's freaking go. That's his legendary-ish action now. I'm excited for whatever you have. It's the ice. I'm a girl. This is hard. Nipple. barely hits me. Just got past my adamantine plate armor +3 and my +3 shield and my shield spell. Halved. Man, ironically, I'm just really close to Yandre's HP right now. Current. Okay. Alright, here we go. Change things up a bit. I'm going to shift my stance. Instead of leading with my right hand, I will just lead with my left hand because I'm amphibious and I can attack with both hands equally. I just kind of turn my hip a little bit, like one hand slightly forward than the other. And I will Aranthier out first, while my battle axe goes as my secondary. You said you wanted to go first. Let's not do that then. You hit that thing so hard last time. It's the old, you wind up the big punch and you stab him with the little one. Like, look. I'm attacking with a Aranthier as I've shifted a little bit, and I'm going to recklessly, to get advantage, make a straight roll. And like, you got this, right? You hit so hard last time. I didn't want to lead with you, like, stage fright. This is all mental, as I'm just moving around a lot with my arms, like, positioning myself, and then just stabbing. A lot of movement for nothing, really, is what it is. It's a 25 hit. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points plus my radiant damage. Divine Fury. Ooh, max. Nice. For 23 points of total damage, Ranthier. Attack first. Ranthier, let's do it again. Attack again. Swing-a-dingy. Ooh, that's a miss. Bing! Ah, sorry, that's my bad, Ranthier. This is why we gotta practice these things for when these things come up. But don't worry, I'll use a ricochet off that and bonus action, battle axe. It's a 17 to hit. It got stronger. I'll be honest with you, Ranthier, I didn't see this coming. We chipped away for a long time. It's like hitting a... It's like hitting a callus. That was a really good hit. As my turn's down. I'm just talking to her, and there's like, that's a pretty good hit. That first time, even second time, great work. As this thing just winds up and cold clocks the shit out of me. This is like, what are you doing? I was distracted. Once against me, it's a straight roll. Because I reckless to counteract a lot of things. Yay! Yep. It's at a disadvantage anyway. You're still restrained. It's any attack roll. Hey. 22. No. Oh yeah, he's right. Great job, Eric. Temporary hit points at the start of his turn. I also take cold damage. Nice. Straight roll. Just hits. Just hits, so you do hit. Half. 7. Still frightened. Let's go. If you could deal 100 points of damage to me, you'll knock me to 0. These are straight rolls. Sword deflect. Let's go. Deflect. That's a hit. 1 hit. Halved. Awesome hits. Halved. Jesus. Half to 12. half. It's a total of 26 plus 15, 30, 41 points of damage. Woo! Let's freaking go. That was oh god, dizzy. If I if I weren't to quote Monty Python's Flying Circus, the bird would be on the ground if it wasn't nailed to the damn perch. Like, I'm good. I'm covered in bite marks and gashes. Like, woo. Yeah. I might get to use like 2 of my class abilities in this fight. All right. A pillar of go fuck yourself. You shush. There's and then roll fire. Woohoo. On some of them. You were 4 off of max. Jeez. 48. 44. Yes. I added 4, so it's false news. Fake news. What? Ah. I'm still up. Ah. I try to raise up my right arm with the axe, like, not too heavy. Sword! Woo! I got this. I start smashing through the ice with my axe. Woohoo! Woo. That's how gambling works. Oh. Taxes wise, you only earned X amount.
As this happens, Izal, you're just kind of sitting here waiting for, these dwarfs are just kind of quick picking you out, and they're making quick work of it. And you can hear Sylvarus going, "Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is what we can expect from heroes from another plane of existence. Ah, what an upset. After all the work we went through to get this fearsome beast, they found it." And Izal, you're even kind of looking up. You see Prince Frost is actually still amused, but looking at each of your party members in turn, both down in the pit and over, like collecting their winnings and looking. You don't, your insight isn't as good as Yandre's, but even you can tell you have definitely made an impression, and you are now on the Prince of Frost's radar, for good or ill. But a couple of minutes go by. The little dwarven work crew is able to hammer and chisel you guys out of the ice. Some other creatures kind of go through and start going through the process of kind of breaking down the Hydra to pull it back through piece by piece. As the crew start to kind of reset the arena for the next fight.
I go up to Kelmac and Yandere and I go hug you.
Oh, please. He's up.
And Reggie, who's relatively fine, is just like, oh, really?
I will
fucked up.
I will hug Izal and Reggie and bring it in like a group hug. Mainly because Izal runs at a very high temperature sometimes, so the warmth is very good on the legs.
I'm good to go.
Oh, please.
Small nap. Let's go find someone else. Let's get it. Let's go.
Oh, my God.
I was coming to free you, but obviously we needed to take care of something else first.
I need a bonfire right now. The boys are going away.
So you need to rest.
Yes.
I got you. I pick up Kelmac.
Oh, what the fuck?
She is strong enough to pick you up.
Go.
This is fine.
Okay.
There's some stumbling. Ain't a lot of blood in the system, but I'm moving.
I can walk.
Your feet are probably touching the ground.
You guys sit into the Champions Hall and are met by Sylvarus, who's kind of clapping. There's still a lot of clamoring. People running around trying, buy food items or such and eat. My friends, I have to admit, I was a little perturbed there at the beginning because it looked like you were going to make this not so much a spectacle, but you really pulled through in the end to make it look like an actual fight. There was a real will they, won't they vibe at the end.
Well, it real shocked me at the end when everything attacked me, but I was prepared for it.
You were the only one that could be attacked at that point, though.
Exciting.
Well, as promised, 5,000 of coins are made available. You can see the booker, or the bookie, have that disclosed in the denominations as you wish. We can hold it for a couple days so that you can arrange transportation to some other sort of facility, such as a bank or other institution, if that's what you wish.
Well, we can
I
take
think-
it. We're fine. We can take it now. I mean,
We should be good enough to hold it.
Excellent. Well, I'll have it made available around the backside of the arena. You wouldn't necessarily want to carry a chest full of coins through an establishment like
fresh
this.
off a fight where you're probably at your weakest, probably not the best idea. I got you.
I understand. So, it'll be back around. Whenever you're ready, you can collect it there. I would let you know that I had a conversation with, the next participants, and they were quite interested to meet you, so to speak, on the field of battle. So, if you're still interested in a fight this evening, or perhaps even tomorrow morning if you need a little extra time, then I would be more than happy to have that scheduled.
I look over at Azal and I say, "Do you still want to fight?"
I mean, I wouldn't want to drag you into it. I'm good for like, give me a little break, get a couple sandwiches. I'm ready to go.
We will wait till the morning.
Good plan.
All right. Same three, or will your other compatriots be joining?
For now, we're going to place it as the same three. We haven't had an opportunity to speak with them yet. It seems they are dealing with some business, I would imagine. And once we have...
Yes, some of them made out quite like bandits. Your druid fellow, the one with the staff, I must say, he did put forth a little bit of gold against you.
A druid?
Yes, you know, the gentleman with the beard, the scraggly clothing.
Yes.
He's a head. That makes sense.
It's great. Yes, I understand.
Well, at any rate,
How much did he put on the fight?
only 5 gold coins. Obviously, that money has been lost. But he did, however, put down a different amount for your victory. And, well, he got paid out pretty well for that one.
Guess we shall find out whenever he returns.
I need
Well,
some orange juice or something. I'm getting some lightheadedness.
Orange juice.
Fruit.
I will pump 30 lay on hands into Yuzal to keep her going.
Shove you away.
Sunfruit.
Oh, well, we don't really have that here.
No, vitamin,
Take the 30, dang it.
Vitamin D, vitamin C. There's some D or C in me.
Take the 30, I already subtracted it.
It's literally not needed, but okay. I love you, Calmac. You did great today.
If it wasn't for the ice field, I think they would have been pretty bored.
The ice really threw us off, but I think we really pulled it through again.
Did it?
I mean, he stayed within my reach, so I was real helpful for that. I would have been real upset if I had to go and throw shit at him. Plan B.
Usually the roar doesn't Whew, do that much. But I'm surprised I stumbled it as much as it did.
I'm gonna sit
Yes,
down.
you both,
I'm gonna sit down over here.
you both did extremely well. Are you sure you don't want to find a table or like a chair to actually sit on?
I'm gonna lay down one way.
Do you want me to heal you?
I'm good.
I can't pick you up.
I gotta go to the bathroom. 1 second.
Do not lay down in
No.
the bathroom.
No.
Go.
I get it up. I'm gonna go.
Don't mess up that dominatrix outfit that we just bought you.
Undergarments.
I'm not cleaning up after her.
I'm not either.
I walk away.
Well, Caleb's the one for prestidigitation.
As I'm just
Presto imagination.
massaging my legs to try to get the blood flow back. Just
Presto, fuck that.
Okay. So, you are kind of making your way through the throng of people.
Thong of
Many-
people?
Many of the spectators are kind of clapping you guys on the back. That was a
Clapping?
really good fight.
I'm not clapping.
I remember how countries work.
That is the thing. The blood.
But yeah, like as I'm assuming all that I'm in the bathroom as we start to go wherever we're going. But I'm going to like make sure people away patting all that as she where.
I think
Maybe she enjoys the pain. Who knows?
my 30 hands actually started above me again.
I'm back. Percentage-wise, I'm doing not very good.
Almost dropped you.
I said
Any-
100. You didn't do it. That's on you.
I wanted you to drop her so that way I can bring it back and not cost anything for me.
Now,
Oh, I
if
know.
He would
I
have
was
triggered just another one of my abilities I'd never get to use. I wouldn't have dropped. He would have dropped me like 3 times to take me to drop for good.
And then I would have brought you back.
Yeah, the part that like really sucks about like these hydras is they have as many reactions as they have heads. So like if you can get in a spot where like you can have him trigger a whole bunch of reactions, I get tons of free attacks. But it was a fairly stationary fight, so that that didn't really happen.
Yeah, frightening is it's a bitch.
Happened twice.
All right, I would assume we will attempt to find our way back to Volred and Caleb.
Caleb, who at this point in time is, let's see, is 1,000 gold, so he's basically carrying a chest, 25 pounds,
Could they not give
5-pound
that
chest
in,
with 20 pounds of gold.
Could they not give that in smaller denominations or bigger denominations?
He's got
Just letting you know, Caleb is skipping.
He's got 3,000 gold.
Also, one thing you noticed when they said frost gold, the coins are white gold. They're not yellow gold.
Why?
It's
Not white.
Well, looks like you made off like a bandit.
Yeah. Thanks for winning.
best 5 gold I ever spent.
How much did you bet, by the way?
1,000.
What?
On 3-to-1 odds?
Yeah.
So you have. Never mind.
What the?
It's fine. He's going to use it for spells anyway. We know this.
I need to
Yeah,
send
it's
a
all
letter.
going away.
You wouldn't believe what I bet on the match.
Is
20.
it 1,000?
I'm
Did
not
you-
telling.
Did you let Caleb outdo you?
I'm not telling.
He did.
Insight check.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I'm just like,
With Yandre's insight, he can literally get the
Roll
exact
for insight.
amount.
No, with Andre's
Roll
insight, he
for
can
insight.
tell Volred just wants some attention.
Is it
Well,
more
anyway.
than 20?
You get the sense he doesn't actually have anything to brag about compared to Caleb.
well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
But congratulations, Caleb.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're. Congratulations, Caleb.
Well, Volred,
It looked like it was a really good fight.
we've decided to postpone the next one for tomorrow.
I
So
wonder
then,
why.
Volred, you can make out like a bandit king.
Well, that was going to happen anyways. But I'll put it in my calendar for tomorrow.
By the way, Kelmac, why did you give up Scale Render before going into that fight?
Because I didn't think we were gonna be going against a monstrosity. I didn't know those things existed here. How was I supposed to know?
So you just don't bring one of the weapons that you use primarily into a fight?
Well, I didn't want some sort of Fey Hookie to take my stuff to try to disarm me or something of that kind.
That sounded racist.
Can you elaborate on Fey Hookie?
Hookie short or lingo for antics or tricks. It's kind of hard.
Fuck.
What'd you say? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Fuckery.
Yes. Yes.
You could have just said. Why did you not just say that?
Because I have Hookie as the forefront for that word.
Let's try to avoid using that word, because as Azal mentioned just a second ago, it did sound a little. It wasn't even Azal. I believe it was Volred that said that sounds a little racist. And you've already mentioned you have a little bit of a problem with certain races that exist.
Oh man, this would have been great. We fought with Gorbeck out there. You would have loved the crowd.
Who?
Well, just let me know if I get close to using it again, and I'll try to catch me.
Who?
Volred. Gorbek.
The help,
The
the entertainment.
The help, because that makes us better.
No, I said the help. I meant the entertainment.
Yes. That solidifies what you meant, and this is not problematic.
I'm going to just like stumble away from this conversation and go.
We're
to the
all gonna back
betting
away
pit.
into a corner with shadows.
I'm wondering what
Find a
y'all are
staircase
so
somewhere.
afraid by.
I'm going to go get my payout.
I said Gorbeck. Y'all being offensive.
I was gonna go try to get our payout, not in 5,000 coins.
We can take the payout. I have a bag of holding. You don't have to walk out with the chest like he's doing. Which, by the way, you may not want to be skipping from the winnings quarter with a chest full of
Well,
frost.
I wasn't skipping the entire way. I just skipped when I saw y'all.
It's a cardio issue.
Anyway, where did you get your payout?
Follow me, and I'll lead him.
Want me to carry
remember,
that for you?
Get the chest.
so
So-
Lars told us we're getting our match winnings at a different place.
In the back. Who are you giving it to? Just to clarify, because sometimes he's all likes to hold things hostage.
I'm holding the chest. I'm not putting it. I would not put it away. I would just be holding it for you instead.
I open up my bag of holding and I'm just like, is all.
Tilt. Here we go.
Don't open the.
I'm not gonna shuffle it in.
But you could have put the chest in there.
But the hole's only so big.
You may be right.
I mean, there's no way of organizing it coming out of there anyway.
I like the way they did it in 3.5. Things could just magically, like, go in.
Oh,
Take it as you see it. I'm not changing my phrasing.
All right. Well, I am now holding Caleb's gold.
Oh my god.
You're holding Caleb's hole?
Oh my fucking god.
Sure. Keeping it there for nice, good safekeeping.
Oh my god.
That's a job you can't unrim.
Eric, please move us forward.
Man, you know that's a
He
stretch.
keeps going because he will continue to keep going.
Yeah. So
That was pretty
Listen,
loose.
I saw y'all reaction. Y'all puckered at that.
yeah, okay.
He just keeps
For real,
pushing
though.
and pushing.
Um,
Until it gets
so
the point across.
you guys head to the back of the arena and go
the back, you
to
say?
to collect your earnings. 10-6 lightning damage, no saving throw. Yeah, and you find another chest filled with frost gold bars.
Somebody said we're going to a bar.
They're in the chest.
More currency to turn into coins later.
Sweet. I look around. Is there anyone looking at us?
I mean, there are some people who are looking at you, but they're not eyeing you lustfully or greedily.
Oh man.
How many bars are there? Oh, what is it? We've done this math before, right?
Let me
50
see here.
gold per bar. So,
Yep, so that's 100 bars.
100 bars?
Jesus, this is a
Mhm.
fucking heavy ass chest.
Well, yeah, it's 100 pounds. Plus 25 pounds for the chest.
I think we'll just take the bars.
Oh, the chest is nice though.
It is a nice chest.
Okay.
Alright.
Here we go.
No, team lift.
It's only
Team
125 pounds. This isn't a lot. I shoulder press it. It's nothing.
I can shoulder press it too, but doesn't mean we should just carry.
We team lift in a single person weight. You want to carry it? You can carry it.
I wanna help carry it, yes.
All right, you get that handle. I'll get this handle. And if
Thank
we get mugged, you're on the line for 50% of it.
Wait, how much does this chest weigh?
125 pounds.
I mean, I could fit it in the bag of holding too. Like I don't.
Your hole can fit it.
Look at disappointment.
Would you like me to carry the frost gold?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna carry the chest though to make it look like we're holding money.
Oh, you just want to fight. Oh, okay, I love that.
I want some idiot to think that they're gonna win.
Okay.
They just watched us kill a Hydra.
Yeah, they also saw Izal literally at like death's door.
And ready to go.
I'll help start shoveling the bars into the bag of holding.
Okay.
How many bars did we say we found? That we actually got?
100.
Okay, thank you.
Boom.
Bars
I
of
just added it to your inventory.
Wait, you did?
I also added the chest Calem's Hall.
Oh, I have it in my bag of holding already, so it's doubled.
Move it to.
Yeah, I'm to delete them.
Let me re-roll, re-thing here.
This is good gilding on this chest.
It's very ornate.
I mean, I like to use them to decorate like houses. Like this one has all like.
Wait, where's my bag of holding? Did you take my bag of holding off?
Nope. That's what I was just about to ask you. Is like, did you take your bag of holding off? It says you're over carrying capacity.
Don't need to stop my bag of holding.
Would you accidentally put it in something else?
No.
'Cause now we have a different issue.
Yeah, because now I gotta remember what the hell was in my bag of holding. Because everything's gone. Okay.
Yeah, let's figure that out. Okay, you added back a bag of holding.
I just added it because I can't find the other one.
Okay, yeah, we'll need to figure that out.
Okay. But yes, you guys have got lots of shit in there.
So we're
Okay, if you're gonna-
tonight.
No, we're not fighting tonight. DM, if you want to go ahead and add the two things into the bag of holding, I will not touch it, so that way you can add it, and I'll just need to figure out what I have in my bag of holding.
Yeah. So it looks like we still have Calem's Hall as an object, but I think what we'll do is just to make it easier, because that doesn't seem to be tracking us. I'll delete that and then refresh just to make sure that that looked really correctly. And then we'll add. Why did you just suddenly close up?
I mean, there's a very high chance that I'm going to short rest, fully heal up, and go cause a problem.
You fully heal on a short rest?
I just been hit die. I have nothing I get comes back on a short rest because I don't use anything on a short. I am just as dangerous on a short rest as I am on a long rest.
I'm just more impressed that you can heal to full.
D12
Well,
and a high
Oh,
concentration.
yeah.
I don't even know if I could full heal on a short rest.
I have a plus. I've add 5 because my constitution's a 5. That's my primary stat is constitution.
But yes, we're waiting, because if
Yeah.
I'm going to have to participate in it, I'm down spell slots that I would like to have if we're going to fight major big things.
Okay.
Sounds like a fun time.
Cool. I added the Frost Gold's bar, and I just added Calem's Hall as a custom item. So
Work our way back to the. Got our gold. Work our way back to the inn. Right.
Yep. Sorry, I'm mildly distracted now because I'm trying to remember what all I had in my bag of holding, so I might not.
Yes, there was quite a few things in there. if I recall.
5 signet rings, 6 bonus skill points.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll need to figure, I guess, some of that because you're over carrying capacity.
Well, it's also because all of the other stuff is Caleb's chest of frost gold that got moved into my regular inventory and equipment, which is not where it's supposed to be. So like stuff got moved.
Oh yeah, that's true. That frost gold bar is now in your equipment, so you can remove the frost gold bar and the Kalim's chest of frost gold that's chilling in your equipment because those are in your bag of holding.
You should be able to move them.
Yeah,
Well, but they're in the bag of holding now, so they're duplicates.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still
But yes. Anyway, so you guys are going to be waiting until the next day. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do before you guys head to bed and then, do some combat?
Before we left, did that pair ever show up on the docket?
The Giants. Did they
Yeah,
fight anyone yesterday or today?
Yes. The giant fight was announced, and they said that they would be kind of taking bets, but they're not doing that until the following morning.
So they didn't
Okay,
fight
so their fight
today.
is tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow
okay, I was-
morning.
Yeah, I wanted to check and see if there was a fight today that they had. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's still fights going on.
well, no, I was talking about the Giants.
Oh, the Giants? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where they're like champion gladiators. They only really bring them out.
Yeah.
For like humiliation bouts or, when there's a good promising group.
Gotcha.
They got to put through the ringer.
To rest up in the room. Okay. Big fan of fighting. Had a ton of fun tonight, guys. When is the plan to do the espionage overthrow murder thing?
it's actually a question that I had for Fullred. I need your assistance. We determined that you're able to at least locate certain things while we're here in the Feywild. And I was curious if I gave you some indication of Serenos' head, or how it would look, or just general information if there's a possibility that you would be able to locate it.
So, what I'm hearing is you do need my help.
I never said I didn't need your help.
You need the help that I previously problematically offered.
I thought we got past this. Are you bringing it back up again?
No, you're the one who brought up the skill set.
And I also informed you that I trusted you and would allow you to do what you needed to do under some monitoring. We had a conversation about it. We mentioned that we were both sorry and apologized for how we were acting towards each other. And yet here we are again when you're bringing it up in a negative light.
I will help you.
Thank you. And I appreciate the help.
You're welcome.
So, should this work, this will give us a better understanding and idea of where we need to go. We're still kind of at a loss on whether or not... Is your eye okay?
I've been like swapping out things for the bag of colding, like raw meat that's been frozen. Like, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have any peas.
Well, should this work, we would be able to at least have a general idea and understanding of where the item is, instead of just wandering around here, getting lost and possibly putting ourselves in danger of a blizzard. So, we try this method. If not, we see if there are any other sources of information that we can glean.
You just let me know whenever you need me to do that.
Is it that kind of direction?
We might be able to at least discern a location from at that point. Usually in the Feywild, once you've seen the location and you start wandering around, you generally run into it. We have to get to the location first, or understand the location first, and hopefully we wander our way into it. But give me a little bit of time. I need to, I guess, draw up something, give you a visual representation of it, and see if we can find a way to connect to it.
Who's this Frost Mayor dude who's been like in charge of all the gambling?
That's been in charge of the gambling?
The guy who okayed Caelim's bet.
Oh, the Prince of Frost.
Yeah, he seemed to have some interest in just like us in general. I'm basing it on it like an increase in commerce, the fact that there's an attraction that just came into town.
DM, this is Jack Frost, right?
Yes, Jack would be his first name.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
Completely gone over his Hall's head. Just like, oh, it's just a dude.
Well, I mean, we did announce that we were 3 travelers from the Prime, and they did make a big spectacle of the fact that we were going to be participating in a fight today.
Eric,
So,
from us seeing fights, is it primarily people fighting who are from here, or like we're the only one who fought from the material plane?
The people that you guys saw fighting all looked like
Locals.
citizens of this realm.
Oh, okay. Neat.
so I would imagine that would garner some additional attention.
So, I mean, he seemed like he's a pretty important person in this town. Do you think we could garner a favor with him? I don't know, through talking to him, throw a match or whatever, win a match he wasn't expecting.
Well, they did mention that the Prince of Frost would be probably one of the more amicable people here in the Court of Winter. I would imagine that we could probably garner some assistance, but again, most of that would be privy to a deal or some type of conversation. I don't know if we're going to get the information that we seek from him.
Why do you just roll initiative?
Who, me?
I just saw an initiative check roll for 19 from you.
From me?
Yeah, said Yandere.
I didn't roll anything.
You're trying to kill us.
Sneak an attack in somewhere. But no. Ultimately, just out of character. We were told that he was a nicer guy, but I don't understand how we would be able to garner any more information from him. But that's up in the air.
Well, right now we don't have too many leads other than anyone you might know, I guess. So if we can get in his good graces somehow, I guess that would help.
let's attempt with what we have first. I'll try utilizing Volred and his help. If that should work, then we do not have to engage with the Prince of Frost and draw any additional attention than what we already have. But if it doesn't, that's a opportunity that we can utilize. Sound fair? Great. Well, do we ever secure rooms? Like, did we secure rooms for another day? We paid for like how many days? Because I know I know 3.
I could be wrong, but I feel like we spent for 3.
Yeah, you stated that you were going to be in town for 5 days, and you prepaid for 5 days, which gave you guys meal vouchers.
Yeah, because I knew that he mentioned something about having to know how long we were planning on staying, because he had to report it to somebody, and if we stayed longer or left early, something like that, he would get in trouble, or they'd question him if we did something stupid. Which he's gonna get questioned regardless, because we're gonna do something stupid. But at least he has a time frame. So 5 days. Okay, cool. And we've already spent 1. Yandre is going to go to the room, and he's going to start working on descriptions and I guess a drawing of Ceranos to try to give a visual to help with understanding what he looks like. Is much to kind of draw information to Volred so that way he can try to connect.
I go over to Kelmac.
And
I'm like, alright, Kelmac. Fight was good. Think we could do better.
Yeah, as long as I'm not frozen in place.
I was frozen in place too.
Yeah, but you're better at whacking than I am.
Well, you should whack it more. I'm sorry.
I try.
Do you have anything other than Lionheart sword? What other things you got? I've got things on the table here. Javelin of lightning. Once per day, chuck this bad boy. I'll execute shit out of something if I hit it. Also, potion of dragon breath. Gets me breathe fire. And I think that's it. I don't have much more after that. I'm actually pretty low on cool stuff.
I have the sword I used. I'll put Scale Render on the table.
So you didn't
And
use?
the sword I didn't use. And the ring I bought a while back.
What's
Ring
that
of the
do?
Ram.
Oh, what's that do?
It can make a ram's head to strike someone from a little further away.
And what's it do? You just throw a goat at somebody?
It's like getting hit by a magical ram's head. I'm sure it doesn't feel great. It can break stuff, but I don't think I should show that here.
Can it break ice? 'Cause we seem to be in a cold environment.
It may be able to, depending on how thick it is.
Does it just shoot forward? Does it push something? Is it the equivalent of me throwing a table at somebody?
DM, what would be the damage of someone getting a table thrown at them?
Who's throwing the table?
2.
Uh,
1 plus your strength modifier.
I mean, so like, what are you like trying to do?
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to in character
The ring of the
quantify-
ram can be used against creatures.
I know. I'm trying to quantify the damage the ram attack does to, like, out. Have you ever been hit with not the creature ram, but the tool ram,
a battering ram?
a battering ram?
I've been hit by
Yeah.
someone
So this
carrying,
thing does
like, a bunch of
2d10
shit.
force damage. It would be
I-
kind of like being trampled by a horse.
I've had that happen before, yeah. Okay.
It's not great.
So it's like being hit
get
by a
trampled by a
table,
horse.
like a good sized table. Okay. That's useful. Does it? So it hits them, knocks them back, knocks them down. Just
Can't knock them down. Can knock them back.
Okay.
I had half a plan with whatever creature once I saw the spikes around the edge, is maybe we could have like pushed it back and just kept pushing it back onto the spikes. But it turned out just slicing. We should probably invest in not so much slicing.
Like everything I have is slicing.
Everything I have is slicing
But,
except
like,
for the
mine-
ram.
The axe, you know, it's bludgeoning, piercing stuff too, but it's really just hitty. I just hit stuff with it.
I know, but in the experience of the Hydra, we may not want to splatter whatever is inside of our opponent. Not so much the ice giants, but future things, as they may be acid or some magical blood that sets things on fire.
Well, from my
So maybe more so
experience, though,
crushing its bones would serve much more effective.
From my experience, the more their outsides are on their insides are on their outsides, the better you are.
But if you break their insides, they don't know until they're dead.
But what if I want to break something that's really far inside and they got a lot of outside in the way of that one inside thing? Then you gotta pierce to that inside thing or tenderize the shit out of the outside to get to that inside.
Well, now we're piercing. We're not slashing. We've
I mean,
now
I could do
moved
piercing.
to a
I got
different.
a javelin of lightning over here.
I think it would be in our best interest to maybe peruse. Who was that magical collector y'all went to for the 2 swords?
He's a blacksmith.
It wasn't the one who could get stuff for you.
Oh, you're talking about we had someone who's an intermediary for collections. Let me take a look at my notebook here. 1 second. Man, there's a lot of words in this thing. Oof. I might have skipped it. We have a connection. That much I do know, but I do think it's through...
Wasn't it Godwin?
Godwin's our connection to that person who connected us to Gorbek. So I guess Gorbek and Godwin are a connection to that person.
Well, what do you think would be a good crushing effect to have on a magical weapon?
Giant fucking boulder. I mean, when you were... From just the Hydra fight, I realized that blood is apparently cold sometimes, and it's very chilly to get hit by it.
Yes, I agree, which
But-
is why I'm advocating for bludgeoning.
That was a byproduct of quantity, not effectiveness. If I hit it more effective less times, I would have been subjected to the cold blood less. So if I just hit it harder, better, and less amount of times, I therefore would have taken less splash damage from it.
Well, in the future, I will be on the lookout for a bludgeoning weapon for us to avoid such complications of slashing or piercing.
I pull out full Dante, like, and I just turn it around on the backside.
I know.
Ta-da. It's
What about
lit.
me?
I mean, you gave away, like, yeah. I don't know why you did that. You handed over the great sword to
Like I explained to Yandre, I did not want it to fall prey to any fey fuckery that would cause it to disappear.
That's a good idea in theory, but in that essence, shouldn't you have given away your primary weapon so it didn't fall the fey fuckery, and use the backup weapon in that situation, which in this case would become the primary, and then just not giving away a weapon at all? Because, like, I have 2 javelins on me, a javelin of lightning, I've got a backup short sword and a magical longsword on me right now.
And you look like a walking blacksmith shop.
I look like if you don't take one weapon from this person because they have extra. Some of this stuff's not functional. Like, this is strapped down. I can't pull this one out. This is stuck.
I think that we have different priorities in carrying stuff around. And I think it's the differences that make us unique.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from.
But your idea is
I
to
thought
go find a powerful bludgeoning weapon for specific situations, while you also have 2 other swords on your person. So you would be handing off those weapons before you use them. I know your meaning. I just don't understand the functionality of it. And believe me, I am 100% about functionality.
I don't have an excuse. All right.
I'll find you a very powerful hammer soon.
So, was there anything you guys wanted to do before heading to bed? Okay. So
if Volred
you're-
wants to wander, I'll wander tonight.
No.
Oh, now you don't want to wander.
Not right now.
Okay.
I'll
And
wander a
then
little
at some
bit.
point you'll have Volred do Fey sense to figure that stuff out. Okay then, so you guys will head to bed. And before we end the session, if I could get each of you to roll me a d20.
Hey. 18, 8.
9. But if I lie, it's 19.
One.
Ooh.
If something's gonna happen, it's probably gonna happen on a 1.
But he's gonna switch it and say the high rolls are the ones that are gonna get fucked up.
What? Kelmac and me got 18s. Everyone else got below a 10.
Yeah, if you roll above a 10, bad shit's gonna happen. Just like,
They overbaked my bagel.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
That's it. That's ominous.
And with that, we're gonna end tonight's session. Come join us next week for another episode. Chapter 213. We have Adjacent with Jace on Thursday, correct?
Let me take over here for you for a moment. We have Adjacent with Jace this Thursday, 8 o'clock, as it is the first Thursday of the month. But, spoiler alert for next week, this next Tuesday, no Black Tower stories presented.
That's
Adjacent with Jace,
right.
because we have some of our players out of town. No show tomorrow. Enjoy your Tuesdays. Watch someone else. Spread the word. But this Thursday, Adjacent with Jace, I don't know who my guest
Or
is.
show up here on Tuesday and just keep yelling at Jace going, "Where's the show?"
And I might just randomly stream something because I have that ability now. Maybe I'll stream our episode 1 of the session.
You got
0.
good.
oh lord,
What?
can we
You mean
not?
you might actually restream the session 0? I
I-
thought we took those off so that no one
That's
could watch them
homophobic.
again.
I've had them saved the whole time, and by God, you thought some of our sessions were bad. Those are not.
Can
They
we
are
not?
visually and
I
audibly not good.
would actually, that's a good question, because either we could have the session 0 that includes Gorbeck and Calum, which has Mizak. That is Mizak's
You mean
appearance.
Gander?
Or we could have the boat ride with the rest of the group where you guys got attacked by Sawagan, because that was a good time. Oh,
and then
man, I
someone
don't
eats
know.
Sawagan.
Okay, either way,
Yeah.
it would be fun to get the group together to do a blind react.
I want a commentary, live
highlight.
commentary of this fucking
Yes.
session. It is so bad. I've watched them. It's not good.
That could be fun.
Way to make it.
It's not, 'cause it's-
way to.
It's
Our
like,
content sucks. Come back next week.
it's way better
Oh
now.
my god. Good night.
Join us Thursday at 8 for Adjacent with Jace. Guests to be shown whenever it pops up. I don't know.
Not
Dream
me.
of adventures tonight, everyone.
Good
Oh,
night,
great.
everyone.
You
Farewell.
guys just suck.
Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Tag. Do powiedzenia. Goodbye.